In this video, हम 6th class NCERT का first chapter cover करेंगे. Before starting the session, you must know what all topics you will be covering today. After introduction, we will study about the food and its ingredients. Then we will discuss different sources of food. We will also study about the edible parts of a plant. Further, we will take up animals as a source of food. We will discuss how our food habits formed after all. We will also discuss how interesting is the process of honey production. I think you will really like it. Then we will cover the food choices of animals, and lastly, we shall discuss the classification of living beings based on the kind of food they eat. So food has a special place in our lives, doesn't it? We can't even think of our lives without food. On an average, humans can't survive without food for even 3 weeks. शायद इसीलिए इंसान की ज़रूरतें यानी रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान में रोटी सबसे पहले आती है, right? But does that mean our relationship with food is simply based on survival? No. Come on, that's unfair to say. I mean, we all love food, don't we? And this is evident in the numbers. We have about 7.8 billion people on this planet right now. These people stay across 195 countries, which have 1,000 plus thriving communities. And each of these communities, more often than not, have their own way of cooking and appreciating food. And this further results in the fact that we have thousands of raw material, more than 500 plant types, 100 plus meat types, and of course spices. So many of them. India, we proudly say, is where the world goes shopping for spices. और यही कारण है कि हमें खाने में इतनी वैरायटी देखने को मिलती है. And that, my friends, is the best part. I don't think anyone will be happy eating the same food every day in all their meals. Not possible. But how does this wide variety become possible after all? To understand this, we will have to delve a little deeper into the subject. So when we say we love food, we are actually talking about a food item. हर एक food item ingredient से बनता है. For example, roti is a food item and it is made from wheat flour and water. Similarly, dal is another food item made from ingredients such as pulses, water, namak, ghee, and of course spices. मसालों के बिना खाने में स्वाद आता ही कहाँ है, especially in our country. And that, my friends, is because of our food habits. We will discuss food habits in some time. So if you see here, there are some food items which have only few ingredients while some other comparatively have much more. Now if you consider a food item like paneer makhni, we will have so many more ingredients. So we move on from simple food items to more complex ones. As we do that, we see it's because of the ingredients. And usually, the complex food items are always tastier, except Maggi. Maggi का देखो कोई जवाब नहीं है. और अगर आप इस बात से agree करते हैं, then like the video right now. So we know now that food items are made up of various ingredients. लेकिन ये ingredients कहाँ से आते हैं? Each and every ingredient comes from a unique source. Let us see some examples here. आटा जिससे हम रोटी बनाते हैं comes from wheat. That is also called गेहूं, which is again a plant. Similarly, ghee comes from cow. Mustard oil comes from mustard plant seeds. So we can accurately summarize that food ingredients comes from either of the two sources, plants and animals. So now let us explore plants as a source of food. There is a term that we use very commonly, that is vegetables. It means simply a plant or a part of a plant that is used as a food. So we use plants as a food source on a day-to-day basis. So does that mean we can eat any plant that we find? Absolutely not. There are some plants that are poisonous. We can only eat those plants that are edible. Now let us understand what are edible parts in a plant. Please understand that depending on a particular plant only, we decide which parts are to be used as food ingredient or for direct consumption. As you can see in this picture, there are so many parts in a plant that are edible, starting from all the way down to the roots, stem, nodes, leaves and flowers. Let us consider some of the examples to make sure we remember this. Some of the most common flowers that we eat are dhania, mint, roses. Examples of fruits are apple, mangoes, pineapple and so many more. The list is endless. Some common eaten stems are asparagus and ginger. कई plants के पत्ते हम खाते हैं जैसे कि पत्ता गोभी, banana leaves, lettuce, etc. Commonly eaten roots are carrots and beetroot, and seeds which we consume on a day-to-day basis are wheat, maize, etc. Actually, it is the seeds of these crops only which are separated and processed for our consumption. Please make sure that you pay attention to this part and make notes accordingly, because in the past, questions are found to be triggered from this area in UPSC and other such competitive exams. Let us explore animals as a food source. Please note that about 80 to 90% of the world population are non-vegetarians. So animals are really taking care of us in that sense. Most of the products that we get from the animals must be known to you, such as eggs, fats, milk, etc. Let me explain the ones that are lesser known. One is isinglass. It's supposed to be a type of gelatin that we get from fishes. It is used in making jellies and other such edible glues. Another one is rennet. It's basically milk that is obtained from a calf's stomach. It is used for making dairy products. At this point, some of you might be thinking कि आखिर ये सब कौन खाता है भाई? And maybe even getting uncomfortable to even think about this. This is because of our different food habits. Food habits, like all other habits, are also developed gradually. People across the world have different and at times unique food habits, and this difference is due to various factors and determinants. First of all, we have biological determinants such as hunger, appetite, and taste. Then we have economic determinants such as cost, income, and availability. Physical determinants include things like access, education, skills, for example, cooking, and time. Social determinants include culture, family, peers, and meal patterns. Psychological determinants include mood, stress, and guilt. And finally, and the most important factor, attitudes, religious beliefs, and knowledge about food itself. Now let us come to the most interesting part of the video. How is honey made? It is a product of one of the most intelligent and industrious of creatures in the animal kingdom. The process begins in a field. Herein, worker bees suck nectar from flowers. They store it in a honey sac. Then they go back to their hives. Over there, other bees suck it out and start chewing it. Chewing process breaks down the complex sugars into two simple sugars, that is glucose and fructose. The bees then deposit the nectar into the cells of the honeycombs that they had built. Afterwards, they fan it with their wings. This causes most of the water content to evaporate. What's left is thick and gluey honey. Bees then cap each honey-filled cell with beeswax. It is at this stage that the beekeepers come into the picture in the process of rearing of bees. This process itself is known as apiculture. The word apiculture comes from the Latin word apis, which means bees. So apiculture or beekeeping is the care and management of honeybees for the production of honey and the wax. Now that we have discussed in sufficient detail about our food types and habits, let us give some time to studying what do our animals eat. Here is a list wherein we have put the things different animals eat right next to their names. You may also want to make a note of it. We have buffaloes eating grass, hay, grains, etc. Lion eat from the smallest of the lot, such as birds, to the bulkiest ones, such as rhinoceros and giraffes. Cows eat hay, silage, and grass. Silage here means a crop that has been preserved in a moist condition by partial fermentation in a tight container above or below the ground. The container itself is called a silo, that is why the name silage. Here we can observe that some of these animals are solely dependent on plants, such as cows, while some are dependent on animals, for example lions, and some are there जिनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, जो मिले वो खा लेते हैं, बिल्कुल भाव नहीं खाते, such as crows. This is basically the basis of classification. Those who only eat plants are known as herbivores. The ones which eat only animals are called carnivores, and then there are omnivores who eat both plants and animals. So herbivores are strictly plant eating. Some herbivores are selective and only consume part of the plant, such as the fruit, leaves, nectar, seeds, sap, roots, or bark. Other herbivores are less selective and consume multiple plant components. Commonly recognized herbivores include deer, rabbits, cows, sheep, goats, elephants, giraffe, horses, and pandas. Carnivores are animal eating. Wild cats such as lions and tigers are examples of vertebrate carnivores, as are snakes and sharks, while invertebrate carnivores include sea stars, spiders, and ladybugs. Omnivores are those who eat both plants and animals. Some common mammalian omnivores include raccoons, skunks, pigs, rats, badgers, and most bear species. There are also several omnivorous birds, including chickens, crows, and robins. Some reptiles, such as lizards and turtles, are also omnivorous. So that is all we had for today's session. We really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please subscribe and share with your friends and let us know your feedback through comments. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day ahead.